Assalamu alaikum. This is Btv-Chakraborty welcoming you to the English news from Btv-Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman hands over Independence Award to 15 individuals and 5 institutions, including former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia. Jatiya Shongshad congratulates Prime Minister Tariq Rahman for being placed in 100 most influential global persons in Time magazine. Tariq Rahman's place in Time magazine to build positive image of Bangladesh in international arena, comment analyst. Strengthening Dhaka-Beijing relations benefits both nations, says Information and Broadcasting Minister. Chattogram City Corporation aims to vaccinate more than 3 lakh children against measles in the city. U.S. President Trump gives more importance to agreement with Iran than extension of ceasefire. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. Former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia has received the Independence Award for her overall contribution to nation building, including independence, democracy, and women's education. Her granddaughter Zaima Rahman received the award on behalf of her. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman handed over the Independence Award 2026 at the Osmani Memorial Auditorium this afternoon. This year, 15 distinguished individuals, including former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, and 5 institutions received Independence Award 2026 in recognition of their glorious and outstanding congratulations at the national level. Besides Begum Khaleda Zia, the other 14 individuals received the awards are Major Muhammad Abdul Jalil, posthumous, for the Liberation War; former Secretary and Director General of Bangladesh Rice Research Institute Professor Zahrul Karim for Science and Technology; Ashraf Siddiqui, posthumous, for Literature; for Culture A.K.M. Hanif or Hanif Shongbad, presenter of the program Ittadi; renowned singer Boshir Ahmed, posthumous; table tennis leader and legend Zobera Rahman Linu, for sports; for social service, Dr. Zafrullah Chaudhary, posthumous, founder of Ganushastha Kendra; Muhammad Saidul Haq; teacher Mehreen Chaudhary, posthumous, who was killed in a fighter jet accident at Milestone School and College; Qazi Fazlur Rahman, posthumous, for public administration; Muhammad Abdul Boki; Professor M.A. Rahim and Professor Dr. Shukamal Borwa, for research and training; and Abdul Mukid Mojumdar Babu, Chairman of Prokriti O Jiban Foundation and Director of Channel I, for environmental conservation. The 5 constitutions and institutions are Fosarat Cadet College for the Liberation War, Dhaka Medical College Hospital for Medicine, Poli Kormo Shahok Foundation, PKSF for Rural Development, SOS Children's Villages International in Bangladesh for Social Service, and Ganushastha Kendra. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has been named one of the 100 most influential people in the world for 2026 by the New York-based Time magazine. The prestigious list released yesterday features the Bangladeshi leader alongside global figures including U.S. President Donald Trump, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Pope Leo XIV, Benjamin Netanyahu, Nepal's Prime Minister Balendra Shah, and New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani. In a profile detailing his rapid political ascent, Time wrote, "Rewind just a few months and Tariq Rahman was living a carefree life of exile in leafy southwest London. But the 2024 ousting of Bangladesh's autocratic Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina propelled the 57-year-old scion from opposition agitator of national leader in Washington of destiny he fulfilled in February by winning an electoral alongside after 17 years estranged from his homeland. Tariq Rahman became prime minister following the BNP's landslide victory in the 13th national elections held on 12th February, just days after the passing of his mother Khaleda Zia, who served as Bangladesh's first female prime minister. His inclusion in the Time 100 marks a significant moment of international recognition for his leadership following nearly 2 decades in exile and his subsequent return to power. Prime Minister and BNP chairperson Tariq Rahman has been congratulated by the National Parliament today for being included in the list of the world's 100 most influential people by the New York-based Time magazine. On behalf of the National Parliament, Chief Whip Nurul Islam conveyed the congratulations. In the congratulatory message, he said that the achievement of Prime Minister Tariq Rahman is an achievement for the country and its people. The parliamentary session began in the morning with Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaiser Kamal in the chair, where questions by ministers and their answers were placed on the table. Prime Minister and Leader on the House, Tariq Rahman, was present on the occasion. Meanwhile, responding to a question placed on the table, Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Mohammad Asaduzzaman informed the Parliament that the current government is fully aware of withdrawing politically motivated and harassing cases filed during the tenure of the banned Awami League government, and effective steps have been taken in this regard. He informed that on March 5th this year, a 4-member committee was formed at the district level, coordinated by the Deputy Commissioner, to recommend the withdrawal of such cases. Based on the recommendations of these committees, the government formed a 6-member Central Committee on March 8th, headed by the Law Minister, to make final decisions. The Law Minister said that if proper applications are made through due process for the withdrawal of politically motivated, false, and harassing cases filed against any individual, including members of Parliament, both the district and central committees will review them. In response to answer questions, the Law Minister informed that as of December 31st, 2025, a total of 40,41,924 cases are pending in subordinate courts. To resolve these issues and huge backlog quickly and effectively, the government has taken multidimensional measures. In response to a question, State Minister for Public Administration Mohammad Abdul Bari informed Parliament that anti-corruption and law enforcement agencies, including the Anti-Corruption Commission, are investigating allegations of corruption and politicization in BCS cadre recruitment during the Awami League period. Necessary actions will be taken in accordance with the law after receiving the investigation reports and recommendations. In another question, the State Minister said that the plans for 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years have already been formulated to fill vacant posts. The parliamentary sessions have been adjourned until 3 p.m. next Sunday. Analysts believe that Prime Minister Tariq Rahman's inclusion in the list of the world's 100 most influential people by the renowned American magazine Time will play an important role in building a positive image of Bangladesh in the international arena. They also say that this recognition will further enhance the Prime Minister's sense of responsibility and increase the confidence of foreign investors and international organizations in Bangladesh. China has expressed its interest in working closely with Bangladesh to further strengthen bilateral relations, particularly in the areas of information and communication technology, diplomacy, training, and people-to-people connectivity. Chinese ambassador in Dhaka, Yang Wen, expressed this intention today during a courtesy call on Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapun at the Secretary. Prime Minister's advisor, Dr. Zahidur Rahman, State Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Yasir Khan Chaudhary, and Information Secretary, Mahbuba Farzana, were also present at the meeting. During the discussion, the ambassador said China is keen to sign a memorandum of understanding with Bangladesh's Ministry of Information. The proposed agreement aims to enhance cooperation between Chinese state-run media and Bangladeshi media outlets. He also expressed interest in organizing 2 summits in China in July and October. These events would facilitate exchanges of technological knowledge and expertise between Bangladeshi journalists and intellectuals, contributing to stronger bilateral ties. The ambassador further mentioned China's willingness to regularly participate in international film festivals. In response, Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapwan described China as a long-standing and trusted partner of Bangladesh. He highlighted China's remarkable technological advancement and said stronger Dhaka-Beijing relations would be mutually beneficial for both countries. The government is set to bring private television channels under a digital system soon, replacing the existing analog method. The move will allow channels to operate as pay channels, which will increase government revenue. The information came at a meeting held today at the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting to discuss the national broadcast policy. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Mahbuba Farzana presided over the meeting while representatives from ATCO and Co-op were present. Participants at the meeting also said the term mass uprising would be incorporated into the national broadcast policy. Speaking after the meeting, ATCO President Abdus Salam said the policy would be finalized soon, with consensus reached on revising several provisions. Co-op President mentioned that introducing pay channels would benefit all stakeholders, including the government and the television broadcasters. The International Crimes Tribunal has set April 20th for issuing an order on the framing of charges in a crimes against humanity case filed over allegations that 2 leaders of Islami Chhatr Shibir were shot after staging a gunfight drama in Chuagacha, Joshore. The order was passed today by a 2-member bench of Tribunal 1, led by Chairman Justice Mohammad Ghulam Murtaza Mujumdar. During today's hearing, defense lawyers sought acquittal of the accused, arguing that the incident does not fall under crimes against humanity and was neither a widespread or a systematic attack. However, Chief Prosecutor Aminul Islam stated that the incident was part of a planned and widespread pattern of attacks carried out between 2009 and 2024. After the hearing, the tribunal fixed April 20th for its order on charge framing. According to the prosecution, on August 3, 2016, police detained 2 leaders of Chaugacha Upazila Chhatr Shibir, Ishrafi Hussain and Ruhul Amin. Later, they were shot in the legs after staging a gunfight drama, and sand was allegedly inserted into those wounds. As a result of severe infection, both victims eventually had to undergo amputation of their legs. 3 accused were produced before the tribunal today, while several others remain absconding in this case. Now, international news. The US and Iran are willing to hold talks again soon, but there is no information yet on the venue or date for a second round. Pakistan's foreign ministry informed us, adding that Lebanon remains part of the 2-week ceasefire currently in effect. This update came after a high-level delegation led by Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir held talks with officials in Iran on the possibility of a new round of negotiations between Tehran and Washington. A senior Iranian official has held and told the Raater news agency that while Iran and the US have made some progress in negotiations, fundamental differences remain between the two regarding the nuclear issue. The officials said a visit by Pakistan's army chief to Tehran has helped reduce differences in some areas, but that the fate of Iran's highly enriched uranium and the duration of its nuclear restrictions remain unresolved. Earlier, the White House said the U.S. remains engaged in productive and ongoing discussion with Tehran and Iran. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that U.S. feels good about the prospect of a deal, but says no date has been set for further negotiations. On the other hand, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that on Wednesday that any deal with Iran would be conditional on ending its uranium enrichment program and reopening the Strait of Hormuz. In a video statement, he added that Washington keeps Tel Aviv informed about talks with Iran, noting that the objectives of Israel and the U.S. are aligned. Meanwhile, the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports continued as U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said that Trump administration won't ramp up economic pain on Iran with new economic sanctions on countries doing business with it. On the other hand, China's Foreign Minister Yang Wi has urged his Iranian counterpart Abbas Araghchi to make efforts to restore normal navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. Wang said while Iran's sovereignty and security in the Strait of Hormuz would be and should be respected and safeguarded, freedom and safety of navigation through the waterway should also be guaranteed. China supports maintaining the ceasefire and resuming negotiations, Wang added. U.S. President Donald Trump has said that the leaders of Israel and Lebanon will speak for the first time in 34 years today. The announcement comes after Israel's and Lebanon's envoy to the U.S. held rare direct talks in Washington to discuss an end of the Israel attacks on its neighbor on Tuesday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will speak to Lebanese President Joseph Aoun, Israel's army radio reported. Gila Gamliel, a member of Israel's security cabinet, said that the meeting will take place, although no timing was given. However, a Lebanese official said the government had no information about any upcoming contact with Israel's leadership. Earlier, Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu said yesterday that, despite the talks, he had ordered the military to expand the invasion of southern Lebanon towards the east. Israeli forces continued attacks in southern Lebanon today, with reports of ongoing artillery shelling and airstrikes, according to local sources. Earlier, the Israeli military reportedly warned residents south of the Zahrani River in southern Lebanon to move north amid escalating tensions in the area. At the same time, Israel's Home Front Command said air raid sirens were activated in northern regions after a rocket fire was detected coming from Lebanon. It may be mentioned that Lebanon was pulled into the Middle East war on 2nd March after Iran-backed Hezbollah attacked Israel, and more than 2,000 people have been killed by Israeli strikes since. Russian strikes have killed at least 14 people in Ukraine, according to local authorities, after Moscow launched a wave of attacks on its neighbor overnight. Missile and drone attacks on the southern port city of Odessa killed 7 people, while strikes on the capital, Kiev, killed at least 4 people, including a 12-year-old child. Another 3 people died in the central city of Dnipro. Meanwhile, on the Russian side, 2 children were killed in the Ukrainian drone attack on the Black Sea port of Tuapse in the southern Khyr region. The latest attack come after the end of the 32-hour Orthodox Eastern truce marred by accusations of mass violations, according to both countries. At least 8 students and 1 teacher have been killed and several others injured following a shooting at a school in southern Turkey on Wednesday. Interior Minister Mustafa Shirfi has said the incident happened at Aysir Kalik Secondary School in the Kahramanmaraş area, where 13 people were also wounded, leaving 6 in critical condition. A 14-year-old attacker was also killed during the incident, officials said. It comes a day after that 15 to 16 people were injured after an ex-student opened fire at another high school, also in the south of the country, before killing himself. The motive of Wednesday's attack is not yet known, and an investigation has been launched. Back to national news. The Chattogram City Corporation has set a target of administering measles rubella vaccine to more than 3 lakh children aged 6 to 59 months in the city. The vaccination will be administered to children from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, except Friday from April 20th to May 20th. City Mayor Dr. Shahadat Hussain disclosed this information at a press conference on the occasion of the measles rubella vaccination campaign at the City Corporation's Public Library Conference Hall today. He urged children under the age of 2 to get vaccinated immediately after they did not receive the measles rubella vaccine during the regular vaccination program. The mayor said that even if they have received the measles rubella vaccine, children of the mentioned age group will be able to get 1 dose of the vaccine during the 28th day break of the campaign. He said that measles vaccine will be given to children at 48 permanent and 205 temporary centers in 41 wards of the city. Divisional Health Director Dr. Sheikh Fozir Rabbi, Civil Surgeon Dr. Jahangir Alam, Acting Chief Executive Officer of the City Corporation Mohammed Ashraful Amin, and other concerned officials were present at the press conference. A medical campaign and free eye camp have been held in the remote hilly areas of Manikchuri Upazila of Kagachuri to ensure good health of the underprivileged and distressed people. The 20th Field Regiment Artillery Shindukchuri Zone under the Guamara region of the Army organized this medical camp at the Jogochola Government Primary School grounds today. A group of doctors led by the medical officer of Chattogram Lions Eye Hospital and Shindukchuri Zone headquarters conducted the medical camp. About 1,500 hilly and Bengali patients were provided free medical services, and medicines and spectacles were distributed among the eye patients in the day-long medical campaign. In addition, 100 eye patients were initially selected for free cataract surgery by the courtesy of Lions Eye Hospital and under the management of Shindukchuri Zone.